What's going on, guys? Chris here with Tactical Outdoorsman, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, today we're going to be doing a follow-up video on something I reviewed a while back. It's called the Mantis Blackbeard. This time we have the BlackbeardX, which is an enhancement over the original version, which gives you some shooting feedback on things that you can improve on. So let's take a look at what comes in the package, and then we'll get it set up and do some demonstrations. Alright, it's going to come in a package that looks like this, and inside you're going to have two pieces. One of them is going to be the bolt carrier group and charging handle together. This is going to be the unit that houses the laser. There's an elevation and windage adjustment here, and then there is a power switch here to turn on the laser to a constant beam, so that the first time you put this into your rifle, you can have that constant beam on the wall, and you can co-witness your red dot or scope or whatever optic you're going to be using. Also in the bottom is the trigger reset portion of this configuration. So down there, that's going to be the part that resets your trigger for you. Alright, the second part of this kit is going to be the magazine, which is the battery pack. Okay, connects to the bolt and bolt carrier group with these two connections up top here. You have your USB charger up on the top here. You have your Bluetooth connection button down at the bottom here, along with the blue LED light. Up top on the other side is another button that will show you your battery life. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these installed in one of my rifles here, and we'll show you how they work. Okay. I've got two rifles behind me. One of them is with a training suppressor, the other is without a training suppressor. One of the things I want to see, that I'm interested in, is if having the weight of a suppressor way out on the end of my rifle is going to affect my time from low ready or high ready to target, or from transitioning targets one to the other. So I want to see if having that weight out there is going to change my times. So we're going to be testing that today, and let's get this thing set up. So I already have this guy broken open. I've taken out my charging handle and bolt carrier group. I'm going to get this Mantis part in here. Get that locked in. Okay. Untwist my sling. Get that on. Alright, before I get going, what you guys are going to need to do if you haven't owned this in the past is you're going to have to go onto your App Store or Google Play Store or whatever kind of phone you have, Android or iPhone. You have to download the Mantis X app, and then once you do, you'll go through the setup, and you're going to have to connect the Bluetooth from your phone with the magazine. So I'm going to start the screen recording on my phone here. I'll show you guys how to do that. Alright, so here's the Mantis X app up in the top right hand corner. You're going to have an option to connect or skip. You're going to want to connect. So you're going to want to hold down the Bluetooth button here until your blue LED is flashing. And you're going to go ahead and hit your connect button. Alright, and we're in. Okay, so I'm going to get this into the gun. You'll hear it connect with the trigger. So let's take a look at the BBX Dynamics portion of this app. There's multiple sections you can be in. There's this BBX section. There's a section with a bunch of different drills. And then there are courses down at the bottom here. So Introduction, Basic Rifleman, and Advanced Rifleman. Alright, we're going to work in the BBX Dynamics portion of this. It's asking me to calibrate. So it wants me to put this down onto a flat surface. So we'll do that, and we'll let the calibration complete. Okay, looks like that's done. I'm going to get my rifle slung. I'm going to be shooting at a small target, about 7 yards away. Target I'm going to be shooting at is about 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. It's a very, very small target that I'm going to be aiming at. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot multiple targets So I'm going to transition left to right, right to left, and I'm going to do a minimum of 2 shots. Then we'll take a look at the analysis. So let's start this drill. Before you guys start the drill, you're going to have to go in here, set up what you want your defaults to be. So you have a target delay, a buzzer delay, and a number of shots. I'm going to drop this down to 5 just for this video. And you can choose right hand or left hand here. All right, so let's go ahead and start this drill.
Shooter ready. $91, $88, $80, $81, $87, $88.
Okay. So my score 86.2, 6.32 seconds, pretty slow. And let's take a look at what we got here. So shot 1, I didn't get on target until 1.43 seconds, which is super slow. My second shot, I didn't get off until 0.72 seconds. That was after my transition. Then my transition back. The next shot was at 1.17 seconds. Then my shot back to the other side was just under a second, and the same thing with the transition back to the other side. So let's take a look at some of the statistics here. So you could look at your shots along the bottom here, has my shots 1 through 6. So you can see the blue line here is showing my low ready onto target for my first target. That was the 1.43 number, I think it was. And you see the blue line. I overshot the bullseye on my target. I had to take time to come back down, and then I dropped too low and had to come back up. So all of those things are inefficiencies. Second shot, transitioning to my left target. It looks like it's a pretty decent transition, but a little bit skewed. Looks like I overshot the target a little bit and came back. My third shot. My fourth shot, back to the other side. Again, overshot it. Fifth shot, dipped down. Didn't overshoot it, but I dipped down and had to come back up. Then my last shot, same thing, dipped back down and had to come back up. All right, keep in mind I'm shooting a very small target. Again, it's 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, shooting at a very specific spot on something. So let's do this one more time. Whoop, sorry.
Shooter ready. $86, $86, $92, $90, $94.
All right, 88.5, 5.63 seconds. All right, first shot on target, a little bit better, a little bit over 1 second, 1.07 seconds. Transitions were a little bit faster, so 0.8 and 0.87, 0.84 and 0.99. So those were a little bit faster than the last round. Let's take a look at what happened here. All right, my initial shot coming up to the target was a little bit wanky. I came up and then left to the bullseye. I didn't overshoot it, but I did slow down, as you could see with the yellow portion there, before I got onto the bullseye. Second shot went right over. I didn't overshoot the target. I just came a little bit low and had to come up. Third shot, same thing, came a little bit low and had to come up. Fourth shot, overshot the target a little bit and high. Fifth shot, dipped down low a little bit and had to come back up. And then the sixth shot, overshot the target and had to come back. So all of those yellow and oranges are inefficiencies in my timing. So let's take a look at the graphs here. So everything that I would consider an inefficiency, the oranges and the yellows, if you add those up, on average, it looks like that's about 1/4 of a second of wasted time from just overshooting or coming into the target too low and having to come back up. Okay. All right, let's switch guns. Let's see what it looks like with the gun without the suppressor. Okay. All right, let's reset this drill. and see how we do without the suppressor.
Shooter ready. $92, $91, $90, $87.
Okay, so score 88.9, total time of 4.02 seconds. All right, my first shot up to the target, 1.17 seconds. Transitions are noticeably faster, so I'm at 0.72, 0.66, 0.69, and 0.78, whereas before with the suppressor on there, you saw it was a little slower. It was more an average of 1 second per transition. So let's take a look at what this looked like here. So my first shot was kind of all over the place. that really all over the place. I'm not sure what happened there. The second shot was almost a straight line right over to the second target. Third shot, I came up a little high and then back down. And the fourth shot, I overshot the target, had to come back to my right and up. And then the fifth shot, same thing, I overshot the target and had to come back. Let's do that one more time.
Shooter ready. 97, 79, 94, 86.
All right, so 4.13 seconds, average score of 89.1. So let's take a look at my first shot here. Let me look at my shot times really fast. Okay, so my first shot, got that off from a low ready in 1.01 seconds. Second shot with the transition to the left target was 0.96, to the right 0.63, to the left 0.84, to the right 0.69. So noticeably faster without the suppressor than with the suppressor, obviously due to the added weight. Now my first shot, I came too high, had to come back down. Second shot, overshot it, had to come back to the right. Third shot, did not overshoot it. Fourth shot, overshot it and low. And then the fifth shot, I did not really overshoot it, but I did come a little bit low. So keep in mind again, just to reiterate, I'm shooting a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter target. So I'm trying to get as close to on target as I possibly can, which are all of these little yellow and orange lines are kind of my micro adjustments to get me really on that small target. Okay. Now, same thing. So I'm looking at my yellow and my red in my bar graph here for what I would consider wasted time. It's almost 1/4 of a second across the board here, or maybe on average 1/4 of a second. So that's something I can improve on. So maybe something for me to do would be to slow down, do several reps at a slower pace just to track the dot to exactly where it needs to be, and then from there pick up speed a little bit by a little bit by a little bit until I see that I start to overshoot again, then dial it back until I'm having consistent hits on target, and keep building from there. Let's take a look at some of the other drills on here. Some of these I've played with more than others. Let's see. Let's stay in the BBX. So let's do transitions. Let's see, we'll do a 1 to 5 drill. All right, so what this looks like is we're going to engage 3 targets from left to right, okay? And then from right back to left. So first target will be 1 shot, second target will be 2 shots, third target will be 3 shots. Then I'll be on the far right, and then working my way back. Middle target will be 4 shots. The left target will be 5 shots. So let's give this a whirl. See how it goes. Let me just place some targets here. Okay, get an idea of what I'm going to shoot.
Shooter ready. 95, 93, 95, 95, 90.
All right, so a 96.1. This is my first time running this drill, 5.27 seconds. First shot in 0.86 seconds. Second shot, 0.63. I'm not going to read these all to you. You guys can see them. All right. Okay, so not bad. Let's take a look at the analytics on this. So, first shot coming up onto target. Second shot. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Okay, and then we should be transitioning to the next one. Seventh. Eighth. Ninth. 10th. Then we should be transitioning to a new one. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay? Let's run that one more time.
Shooter ready. $186, 97, 91, 97, 97.
All right, 6.3 seconds, score 96.1. Let's see. First shot off in 1.19 seconds. Transition to the next target in a 0.78 seconds with splits of 0.18 and 0.75. Sorry, my first shot was a 0.19, then my transition to my next target was a 0.78 with the splits of a 0.18 points, and then a transition to the next target at a 0.75 with a split at 0.18 and 0.15, then transition to the next target at a 1.26, splits at 18, 15, and 15, transition at a 66, and then the splits at 18, 15, 18, and 16. Okay, so I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not sure what par time is supposed to be for something like this. All right. So taking a look at some of the other metrics here. So it gives us our transition score. Okay. So my first transition was not a great score. Second was better. Third was better. Fourth was okay. Our over travel score was a 95, a 99, 95, and then it looks like all hundreds, then a 99, all hundreds. Okay. And total times of delay. Okay. So those are all the orange on the graphs that we've been looking at. Okay. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are just a couple of the drills. Those are the ones I've been focusing on, things with transitions, what my tracking of my muzzle is. To me, those are two of the things that I want to work on. But you guys definitely go through all the rest of the stuff on there. There's definitely a bunch of useful drills that you can use to improve your times, whether you're competition shooting, out taking training classes, or just doing recreational shooting, target shooting, whatever it is that you guys are doing. This will really pay some dividends once you can get dialed in on what you are doing that can be improved upon. Not necessarily that you're doing anything wrong, but there could be things that you could be doing better, and this is a super easy way to track what those things are and to actually measure how much time you're losing and measure how much time you could take off of your total times to improve how you shoot and how quickly you shoot, transitions, target acquisitions, shoots, no shoots, par times, first, low ready to target shots. So all of that stuff you can measure through this app. I think it's absolutely amazing. Do I think you should go out and train? Yes. But after you go out and train, you guys need to go home and practice. And then what you practice is going to translate to better performance when you go out training, okay? It's like one hand washes the other. So if you guys think that this is a useful tool, go check out Mantis. Go buy this guy, begin working on yourself, begin improving, get out there and keep shooting, okay guys? Thanks for watching the video. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.